everyone! In today's video, we are doing an on-location portrait photo shoot with a lens that you guys have been asking me to use for the longest time. Today I have not one, but two vintage lenses that we're going to be using for today's photo shoot. The two lenses we have today are both from Pentax. We have the 55mm f2, which we'll be using first, and we also have the 35mm f3.5, which we will be using second. And I'm also going to give you guys some of my thoughts and like what my experiences were while using these two lenses on today's photo shoot. I want to say a huge thank you to Charlotte, our model, Lydia for doing hair and makeup, and Dan for filming today's video. I really hope you guys enjoy watching and like all the photos that we take. It's like such a beautiful golden hour right now.
Yes.
You can do some smiling ones if you want. Okay, first thing, I had so much more fun than I thought I would taking photos on these vintage lenses. I've used vintage lenses in the past for like personal photos and some travel photos here and there, but never for a proper portrait photo shoot like today. Do you want to see what it looks like actually? I'll shoot some in landscape. I think we had the right combination of a good location, amazing lighting, Charlotte is super fun to take photos of, and a really cute outfit as well to just match the theme. And yeah, just in general, it was lots of fun having to manual focus during this photo shoot as it's a very different experience to what I'm used to. Then I have your hand, if you kind of bring it up towards my lens, so we get a bit of blur there. Yeah, looks really nice. At first it was a little bit weird, but after a few minutes of shooting, I quickly got an idea of what the lens felt like and was able to manual focus a lot easier. I was taking lots of extra photos while moving the focus ring around slightly to make sure I could capture Charlotte's eyes in focus. I was thinking it might be cool. You can like maybe...
Yeah, tree.
Just something with the tree. Oh, I like that. It's like a little bit of sun on your face too. I could have turned on focus peaking, which definitely would have helped, but for me personally, I find it a little too distracting. Usually when I'm taking portraits, I'm really focused on the eyes and capturing the different expressions and tiny little movements that the model is doing with her face, so I didn't want to not be able to see that if I turned on focus peaking. It's kind of similar to IAF. I used to, and still do here and there, find it a bit distracting as it's usually covering my model's eyes, but I did slowly get used to it and learn to work around it. I like that. It's like you're climbing a tree, but makeup fashion. I like that almost like kind of when you take a step towards me and you're still holding onto the tree, it looks really nice. I ended up getting a lot of photos I liked in focus, which I am really happy with. There were also, though, a lot of photos out of focus too. Sometimes Charlotte had a good pose or facial expression, so some of my final edits are those out of focus shots. I really don't mind though, I still think they look quite nice, which is why I edited some of them. And while I was culling my images, I think my ratio was about 1 in-focus photo to about 3 or 4 out of focus shots, which is not bad considering I didn't use any focus peaking. Can I also get you to crouch down maybe here? I want to try and get the sun on your face. Yeah. It's like nice dappled light. Oh, I like that. These better be in focus. I love these.
Pretty.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to stop taking photos here. It's so nice. All right, and now I'll get some close-ups in this spot too. The other thing I really liked was the color rendition from this lens. Again, maybe it's due to the location and the time of day we were shooting, but the greens and oranges looked so nice in the original photos. I didn't want to go too crazy with my editing as I wanted to retain those colors as much as possible, so I ended up using my new Willow Lightroom preset pack, which is perfect for giving your images a bit of pop and vibe, but without altering the colors too much from the original. I'll leave the preset link down below if you guys wanted to check it out and see some more before and after examples as well. Maybe one with your hand up to your face. Thanks. Thank you. I think here, like in that little area. So I think if you sit with your legs out straight. So I've switched over to a 35mm vintage lens now. I keep going to like touch the screen to change the focus point. It's not gonna help me. I had gotten used to the feel of the 55mm, so when I switched to the 35, I was struggling at first to get focus. Since this lens is f3.5, I didn't have as much depth of field, which I feel like was really helping me out a lot on the 55 to get my shots in. But again, I just had to use it for a little while to get used to it and eventually was getting a higher ratio of in-focus photos. Alright, so these are really warm golden hour, so you can do really big shapes for this. I feel like would be beautiful. Love that. Do you want to try one of you walking towards me?
Yeah.
You can start a little bit lower, maybe that branch there. Use branches as my markers. And yeah, if you could like kind of swing your arms around and just like a really fun, whimsical walk. All right. When you're ready. Awesome. Okay, and then I'll get a couple more with you back in here, and I'm gonna shoot kind of from this angle. Yeah. Something interesting I noticed is that I use my natural light differently on a manual focus lens. Usually on autofocus, I position myself so the sun isn't strong enough to cause autofocus issues with my lens, so the backlight I use is usually a bit softer or less directional. Since I was doing the focusing though, I went for a completely sun-drenched backlit shot while we were at the top of the hill with a crazy amount of lens flare, and I really like how these turned out. Perfect. And I was thinking maybe that little fieldy section.
Right in there?
Yeah. And yeah, if it's too bright, you can close your eyes at any point as well. Also, while I'm here, I thought I would remind you guys to download my free photo editing app for both Android and iOS. You can search for Digital Film in the app stores, or I've also linked them down below as well. So that is it for today's photo shoot on two vintage lenses. I personally loved what the 55mm looked like. I didn't want to stop taking photos on this because, I don't know, it just looks so dreamy and beautiful. I loved it. And I think some of my favorite photos from today were the direct sunlit ones with the little bit of like dappled light on Charlotte. Those were my favorite photos from today. So I'm really excited to edit them. I would love to know which ones were your favorite photos down in the comments below. And if there's any other vintage lenses that you guys would like me to shoot with, because I would love to do more of this. If you enjoyed today's video, I have lots and lots of other photo shoot behind the scenes on Sony. I'll leave some of my favorites linked down below. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I make new videos every single week, so I'll see you all next time. Bye.